الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well and everyone can hear me loud and clearly.
Alaikum salam, sir. Yeah, we can hear.
Right, Jazakallah. Now, inshallah, I'm tired of the book 4 as book 3 and I want to start book 4. I would like to do today's lesson and inshallah I'm going to try to do this in a different method so that we can conclude everything in this lesson, and inshallah I may be able to share the recording of the other class to yourself. You can listen to that recording just to cover any aspect which I may miss due to the shortage of time. However, I'll try to do my best to cover everything what is important for you to complete book 3 inshallah. Now, today's lesson is only going to talk about verbs itself, nothing apart from verbs. And my main focus today is going to be on the weak verbs in the Arabic language. Now, for me to introduce the weak verbs, I need to just give you a quick little introduction about the verbs itself. Now, in the Arabic language, as you may recollect, that the minimum letters for any verb are 3. And these 3 letters, as you can see over here, so you have kataba, so you have 3 letters. So in people who are from the Western Hemisphere or Western academics, when they refer to the Arabic morphology, this knowledge of the changes of the verbs, they would call it the first radical. So this letter, the kaf, the ta, the ba, the way they recognize it, they will call it, because the minimum letters in Arabic for a verb is 3 letters, kataba, they call it the first radical, fa, so ka, the first radical, ta, the second radical, ba, the third radical. And everything is measured on the pattern of the other thing which you remember, we measured everything on the pattern of fa'ala. We did fa'ala, yaf'ulu, fa'ala, yaf'ilu, fa'ala, yaf'alu. So that was the other template we used, fa'ala, as a template on which the different harakat are added to the verb fa'ala, the pattern, and we learned the different pattern as well. Now, both ways are possible, but these are the ways. So fa'ala, fa'alam, and the fa itself will be called, because fa'ala is a verb as well, because we're talking about verbs. So anything which comes on the position of the fa, because it's verbs, we call it fa'ul fi'l. And if it's the middle letter, which is the ayn, has a fatha, we will call it aynul fi'l. If it comes in the last letter, we will call it lamul fi'l, because fa'ala are the 3 letters for the verb itself. Now, for any verb, so in Arabic language, for any 3-letter verbs, there are 6 options available. There are 6 options available in regards to the harakat of the past tense and the present tense together. So this is the maximum patterns you will have for any 3-letter verb. So the first one was kataba yaktubu. The next one is dharaba yadribu, as you can see number 2 there. Number 3, fataha yaftahu. All 3 of these patterns, the past tense are coming with fatah, all of them. Fataha, dharaba, kataba. The present tense is coming with a dhamma, fatah, and a kasra itself. Now, the next 2, alima, ya'lamu. Alima, ya'lamu. Now, what's happening? The middle letter is coming with a, bismillah, come on the mic.
Kasra.
Kasra. And the present tense is coming with a?
Fatha.
Exactly. The next one now, hasiba yahsibu. Now the middle letter is coming with a kasra, and the present tense is also coming with a Kasra. Now this is alima, ya'lamu, hasiba, yasibu. And the sixth one is kabura, yakburu. So these are the 6 patterns. Now all of the verbs in the Arabic language, as long as they are 3 letters, will fold or come within these 6 patterns itself. Now when we come to the weak verbs, now the weak verbs, the one which has the most patterns, I will explain. The ones which has the most patterns is the one which, so when a weak letter is in a verb, or when a verb has a weak letter, the weak letters are alif, waw, and ya. So when it comes in the beginning of a verb, like the example being wajada, yajidu, because it's coming in the middle letter and everything is measured on the pattern of fa'ala, so the verb which has a weak letter is called al-mu'tallu. It's called al-mu'tallu. Mu'tallu means a sick verb. Now, when it comes to the beginning, it's called mu'talul fa. And if it comes in the beginning or the middle of the letter, like qawala yaqulu, has a waw in the middle itself. This is called mu'talul ayn. Mu'talul ayn. That the weak letter is in the ayn. And if the weak letter is at the end, it's called mu'talul lam, naqis, as mashaya yamshi. Mashaya yamshi. Da'awa yad'u. So these are the 3 positions where weak letters can be situated. Is this clear for everyone? Because I know some students haven't done this before. That's the reason why I have done it in a different method itself. Is this clear for everyone? Dr. Saab, is that clear for you?
Yes, sounds clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Thanks.
Right. So mu'tal fa, mu'tal ayn, mu'tal lam. So this is called mu'tal. Now the opposite of mu'tal are verbs which have no ya or waw, which is called as-sahih. The opposite of mu'tal is as-sahih. As-sahih means that the verb does not contain alif or waw or ya. And the first category of, let me just show you this as well. In Arabic, of course, there are 2 types of verbs. There is an incomplete verb and a complete verb. Now, the incomplete verb is the one like kana, fi'lun naqis. It's called fi'lun naqis because what does kana do, by the way? What does kana do?
Kana does mubtada make it marfu,
Yep, and the khabar?
and khabar it make it mansoob,
Ahsanti.
and
So
it's called fi'l naqis because it doesn't give the complete meaning.
yes, that's right. So fi'l naqis, it's called naqis because it does not act like a normal verb itself. So the normal verb will have fi'l and fa'il, verb and a doer, or it will have fi'l, fa'il, and maf'ul. Maf'ul as an object. So when we say kataba aliyun risalatan, kataba Muhammadun kitaban, Muhammad wrote a book, Muhammad wrote a letter. So you have a doer, which is Muhammad, action, writing, risalatan, a letter. So this is called a verb as well. As you know, there's 2 types of verbs, transitive and intransitive. These verbs which are transitive and intransitive, transitive verb when it has a verb and a
Doer.
doer, exactly. Verb and a doer, that's fi'l lazim, and a transitive verb muta'addi where it has fi'l, fa'il, and
مفعول
maf'ul bihi. So that's called a muta'addi. These are called fi'l tam. So fi'l tam is, this is the requirement for a fi'l tam. And fi'l naqis, kana, it's not like a normal verb. it enters a mubtada and khabar, and it changes a sentence. Verbs don't normally change sentences. It only acts into one noun and in the maf'ul. It does not possess or own, take ownership of sentences as such. So that's the reason why Ghana is called fi'l naqis, and there's other reasons which I'll inshallah discuss later with yourselves. Now, the next thing I need to explain to make you a complete understanding, and then inshallah I'll do something different today. Now, as I said, as-sahih is none of the three radicals have. What should I speak, sister? Doctor, Bismillah, can you come on the mic, please, doctor?
Ji.
Now, as-sahih. Now, as-sahih means none of the three radicals have al-ya and waw. So the ones which have ya or waw is called
Mu'tal.
exactly. Now, the sub three categories of sahih are following. So I will start off with this one here, as-salim. So as-salim, when a verb is fi'l sahih and salim, so it has a category of fi'l being a verb, and it does not have a sahih, and it is salim. So these are the two requirements for a verb which is called salim. Bismillah. It does not.
It does not have hamza. And number two, the second and third radicals are not identical.
Okay, hamza meaning like the verb akala, akala, or akhadha. It does not have a hamza in the beginning. Akhadha, he took. Akala, he ate. Now, when it says the second and the third radical, it means like this. If you look at this example here, doctors,
Yeah.
haja.
So there are two genes as the second and the third radical.
Exactly.
So joining them together, you make it, instead of hajaja, you say hajja.
Ahsantum, ahsantum. And adada will become
Adda.
excellent. So whenever, so here, as-salim is the opposite of mudha'af, which is called mudhaf as well. So you can take the shadda off, and after the dhad, put an alif, say mudhaf, which comes in the same meaning, that there are two identical letters in the second and the third letter. So the ruling of mudha'af is the opposite of salim. So mudha'af is what, doctor? The second. Bismillah, doctor.
Sorry, the second and the third radicals are identical, and there's no hamza in any of the three radicals.
Excellent. Is that clear from each other? So
Yeah.
the salim is an example of dharaba, kataba, nasara. There's no hamza, there's no identical letters, and there's no weak letters. Yes, doctor?
Yes, got that.
Now, next one is mahmuz. The reason why they have this category, because in each of these categories, sometimes there are some exceptions with regards to the verb conjugation. The purest verb are salim. So salims are the verbs, fi'l, sahih, as-salim are the ones which come on the original default grammatical changes itself. There's no exceptions as such. There's no changes. The ones which have the changes are the weak verbs. The mudhafs have some exceptions, and the mahmuz have some exceptions from the original ruling of the salim verbs. The salim ones are the sound ones, the original ones, and the others itself, there are slight little tweaks when you do the past tense, or when you do the present tense, or when you do the command itself.
Okay.
Is that clear? For example, I'll give you an example of mahmuz. Now, al-mahmuz, first, so let's read the definition, and I'll give you some examples. So hamza, Bismillah, doctor, has a
Hamza has hamza in any of the three radicals.
Okay.
And number two, the second and third radicals are not identical.
exactly. So Bismillah, examples being?
So depending on where the hamza is going, it could be mahmuz al-fa. So for the hamza comes in the beginning, so it's akala yakulu. And if it is the ainul fail, then it becomes mahmuz al-ain. So sa'ala.
Mhm.
And if the hamza is the lamul fail, it becomes mahmudul lam.
Mahmuz al-lam. Like qara'a.
Right.
Qara'a means he read. Now I'll give you examples, and I'll give you some examples of how the basic rulings of the command are changing. So let's bring Sister Zabunisa. Sister Zabunisa. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Now, akala yakulu.
Yes.
Now, what, for example, when we did Nasara Yansuru,
Yes.
what was the amr of Nasara Yansuru?
Unsur.
Unsur, excellent. Now, with akala yakulu,
Yeah.
the amr should be ukul.
Cool. Yeah.
Ukul.
Ukul.
Ukul, yeah. Like following the
Ukul.
same pattern, Nasara Yansuru,
Yeah.
ukul.
Ukul.
Now, what the Arabs have done is that they have made an exception. They have said, because an ukul is slightly difficult,
Yeah.
they said just drop the hamza and
Yeah.
just have the kaf and the lam and have the lam with a sukoon. So kul.
Cool.
Kul
Yeah.
means qul.
Eat.
Yeah, exactly. There's two types of qul.
Qul,
Qala
yeah.
yaqulu, which means
Yeah.
qul means
Qul.
say, and
Yeah.
akala yaqulu, kul, eat.
Cool. Yes.
So it's kul, kula, kulu, kuli,
Kuli.
kulna.
Kula. Kula.
So that's an example of how there's slight little tweaks. Next one, mahmuzul ayn. Sa'ala yas'alu. So fataha yaftahu. What is the command of fataha yaftahu?
Iftah.
Exactly. Ahsanti. Now, fataha yaftahu, that is the command. Iftah. Iftah, iftaha. Bismillah. What are the 6?
Iftah. Iftaha. Iftahi. Iftahu. Iftahi. Iftaha. Iftahna.
Excellent. Now, what the Arabs have done, I'll give you ayat of the Quran as well. I can remember when I was studying this and when I was learning this many years ago, my teacher, may Allah prolong his life, he came across this verb and I asked him the question.
Huh.
I asked him the question. I'll ask you the same question.
Okay.
Because he checked in the dictionary to find the answer. In Surah, okay, let me bring it onto the. I'm just going to send it in the group now, so that you can look at it. I'm just giving you an example how important Arabic verb conjugation is.
Okay.
Okay, I've just sent it in the group. Can you read this, please?
Okay. Sal Bani Israela.
Exactly. That's enough. Sal Bani Israila. Now, when I was many years ago, when I was learning Arabic, when I looked at this, Sal Bani Israila, I was confused. I did not know what Sal was.
So Sal is a command.
Is it?
Sal.
Is it a command?
Is it the word asked?
You looked at the translation, did you?
I did not
To ask.
actually. I thought from Sawal.
Yeah, that's right. So exactly. So because I'm doing sa'ala yas'alu, so you knew automatically I'm going to do something which is imperative. So yes, you're right. You're right. So this sal itself, if you look at it, seen lam by itself, the hamza is completely disappeared.
Yes.
So this
Sa'ala,
is,
yes.
yeah. So it's actually, you're right, Shabana. It's sa'ala. So what's happened? The Arabs have said an exception. So sa'ala yas'alu, it should be is'al. The amr should be is'al. So they made it instead sal. Sal, salah, salu, sali, salna.
Yes.
So by looking at this, it could be that there is a letter in the beginning which is dropped. Like it could be like wasala. I'll show you why. You may not understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me show you here. If you look over, just 1 second. Look at this over here. Where is it gone? Where is it gone? This one here. Look at here. Waqa'a. This one here, Sister Shabnam. Wada'a. Sister Shabna, come on the mic, please.
Yes.
Wada'a, he put. Yada'u, he is putting. Command is,
That.
can you see this now? Sal and dha.
Yes.
Sal
Yes.
and dha. They're exactly the same.
So the wow was the
Exactly.
weak letter that's been dropped.
That's what would you would assume. The waw is the weak letter is dropped, but it's not. This one here, sal, it's a hamza which is dropped in the middle.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Do you understand now how technical Arabic grammar, Arabic morphology is? That the reason why I have to go through the verb different types of category of verbs, so that you know how to recognize which verb is on which pattern itself, and what is the letter which has been dropped from its original 3-letter verb.
Yes, I can see the complexity. Thank you.
Yeah. So like even did this.
I have a question here.
Yes, sister Kulthum.
Yes. Are there many verbs, the weak verbs like that? Because that is really not following any pattern, you know, because
Exactly.
it's not starting with a sukoon, and then for these other ones like za and ka, yes, those you can determine because it's not a sukoon letter, but the other one has a sukoon letter.
Exactly.
So are there many other verbs like that we have to memorize?
No. It's only a handful. Akhadha ya'khudhu is one of them. Khudh, sa'ala yas'alu, sal. There are some popular ones. So there's not like a handful. It's only a handful of them. That's it. But it's important that you know them, because otherwise you'll be confused. What you normally would do is that remember this point. This is a really important point. So normally what happens is that whenever you have a command and it's a 2-letter verb, and you know as students, minimum letter in the Arabic language are 3 letters. So what you will do, this is the way you do it. Even I do this myself. That, for example, if I see this, the, okay, you will understand that the sukoon at the end, it's because it's the last letter of the verb. That you understand. You will understand the Dad, Ain is the actual original letters, because it's a command. You're assuming at the moment it's a command. So what you will do, you will try to add a wow in the beginning and check the dictionary whether there is any verb on the pattern of wada'a. Okay? If you cannot find that, wada'a, then you will try to put a ya in the beginning, whether a verb is yada'a. Following everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 2. Number 3, if you still cannot find that, then the other option is to make it ajwaf. Ajwaf meaning that there's a weak letter in the middle. You will try to check for a verb which has a what's it called? A alif or a waw or a ya in the middle. That's the way you will do it.
Okay.
So these are the actual methods you will try to use to distinguish or recognize which pattern is this verb, what are the original letters for the verb itself. Is that clear? So alif, waw, ya, you'll check that is there any alif or ya or waw in the middle, go in the dictionary and see whether that meaning will fit the translation of that sentence itself.
So you really have to look at the context to see, because there are some verbs or nouns and stuff that are so close to
Exactly.
the verb that sometimes, you just, okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, that's the way you do it. So let's go back where we were. Sister Nigat, Sister Kauthar, Assalamu alaikum. Is that clear for you?
Wa alaikum assalam. Ji, alhamdulillah.
Where's Sister Kauthar? Is she here?
I don't know.
Oh, she hasn't come in.
Walaikum salam wa
There she is.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa
Well,
rahmatullah.
you know I don't understand. That's fine. I will try and look up in the video. I'm thinking of going back to class or two.
Message me what you don't understand. Go for the recording. Message me if you don't understand, and I'll arrange something for you. Is that okay?
Exactly.
So you will see this. There's a mahmuz al-fa when there's a hamza in the beginning, mahmuz al-ain where there's a hamza in the middle, and mahmuz al-lam as qara'a, hamza at the end. Okay, so these, and then we did mudha'af, which has no hamza but has two identical letters at the end. Hajaja, hajja, adada, adda. Is that okay for everyone? Wow, I must. So that's that. So wajada, then qala, yaqulu, and then mu'tal, masha, yamshi, da'a, yad'u. So this is mu'tal. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to twist this lesson in a different method. So inshallah, I hope you will understand what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to do it this way, right? I'm going to ask, Bismillah, I'm going to ask Sister Sabira, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. So I'm going to ask, so what I'm going to do, I'm doing this a fast track way. So I'm going to go through the weak verbs at the end. I'm going to do naqis first, quickly. I'm going to go through this first, and then go through the ones which are most challenging shortly, inshallah. You will see what I'm trying to do. Bismillah, Sister Sabira. I want you to go, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. So I want you to do the past. I would like you to do the past, present, and imperative. So this is mu'talul fa, mithal. There's a weak letter in the beginning. I would like you to kindly conjugate the past tense for me. Bismillah.
Okay, so it's wajada, wajada, wajadu, wajadat, wajadata, wajadna.
Correct.
And
Then
you want to do
wajatta, anta, wajatta. Yeah,
anta
continue.
wajatta,
Yep.
antuma wajattuma, antum wajattum, anti wajatti, antuma wajattuma, antunna wajattunna, ana wajattu, nahnu wajadna.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then the present tense.
So
Now,
it's,
yajidu.
okay.
Now, remember this point now. Originally, this is on the part of dharaba yadribu. Dharaba yadribu. Now, originally, this was after the ya, there was a waw. It was wajada yo.
Yojidu.
Exactly. Yojidu. It was difficult for the Arabs to read. So what they did, they omitted the original first letter of the verb and instead said yajidu.
Okay.
So see this is an exception with regards to weak letters. Whenever there's weak letters, there are exceptions in regards to how the present tense are going to come. So the waw has been dropped. So now you only left with two letters, yajidu. Bismillah.
Okay, so it's yajidu, yajidani, yajiduna, tajidu, tajidani, yajidna, tajidu, tajidani, tajiduna, tajidina, tajidani, tajidna, ajidu, and najidu.
Now, what would be the command of dharaba yadribu? Dharaba yadribu. What is the command?
Idrib.
Exactly. So because the tadribu, that the dhad had a sukoon,
Yeah.
we brought the hamzatul wasl, correct?
Yeah.
Now, this is on that same pattern of wajada dharaba yadribu. However, because the waw has been omitted,
Yeah.
there's no need to bring hamzatul wasl. So therefore, there's no hamzatul wasl. So what's happened is that only the two letters are pronounced in the command. So what is the command?
Jid.
Exactly. Tafaddal.
Okay, so jid, jida, jidu, jidi, jida, jidna.
Excellent, excellent. Jazakallah. Can I request Sister let's bring Sister, who's there? Just 1 second. Sister Bilqis, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Now, Sister Bilkis can kindly do this one here now. This one now is on the pattern of fa'ala yaf'alu, fataha yaftahu, wada'a yada'u.
Yeah, that, okay.
Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waza'a, waza'a, waza'u, waza'at, waza'ata, waza'na, waza'ata, waza'atuma, waza'atum, waza'ati, waza'atuma, waza'atunna, waza'atu, waza'na. Okay, now present tense. Yaza'u, yaza'ani, yaza'una, taza'u, taza'ani, yaza'na, taza'u, taza'ani, taza'una, taza'ina, taza'ani, taza'na, aza'u, naza'u. And the amr is za, za'a, za'u, za'i,
Jazakallah. Can you now
za'a,
do the next one,
za'na.
please?
G. Which one?
The present tense. Now, what the original present tense was yawda'u.
Yawza'u.
So the waw again is dropped. So wada'a, yawda'u becomes yada'u.
Yaza'u. Okay. Yaza'u, yaza'ani, yaza'una, taza'u, taza'ani, yaza'na, taza'u, taza'ani, taza'una, taza'ina, taza'ani, taza'na, aza'u, naza'u.
Excellent. So this is this. Now, the imperatives itself. So the imperatives now, again, Fataha Yaftahu's command was if.
Iftah
Exactly. Over here is not iftah. What is it?
is za.
Why is it that? So explain to me, why is it that? Why can it not be
Okay.
ill that?
Okay, because when we drop the alamate mazare ta, okay, so the next letter is mutaharrik. So there is no need to actually bring a hamzatul wasl to give it a harkat.
Is that okay? Is that okay, everyone? So because there, once we drop the ta, make the ayn with a sukoon, we're left with two letters, and because the dhad has a fatha, there is no need to bring hamzatul wasl. Is that okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Bismillah. Continue.
Okay. Za, za'a, za'u, za'i, za'a, za'na.
Excellent. Right, I'll need to do this at practice. I can't move on. It's not fair. Right, can I request Dr. Zafar, Bismillah, come on the mic.
Ji.
Now I would like to give you on this pattern of wada'a yada'u, I'm going to give you the verb waqa'a. Waqa'a. Waw, qaf, ayn. Waqa'a yaqa'u, show you on the screen as well, means occurred or it happened. So if you look over this one here, I've sent this handout already, and I'm not too sure whether you've seen this handout in the morning today, but I sent it already. Waqa'a means he fell, or it happened, or it occurred. And the present tense is yaqa'u, is on the same pattern as wada'a yada'u. So I would like you to conjugate the past tense. Bismillah.
Okay. It should be waqa'a, waqa'a, waqa'u, waqa'at, waqa'ta, waqa'na, waqata, waqatuma, waqatum, waqati, waqatuma, waqatunna, waqatu, waqa'na.
Excellent. And the present tense?
So waqa will become yaqa'u,
Yep.
yaqa'ni,
Yaqa'ani.
yaqa'ani, yaqa'una. Taqa'u, taqa'ani, taqa'na. Taqa'u, taqa'ani, taqa'una. Taqa'ina, taqa'ani, taqa'na. Aqa'u, naqa'u.
Aqa'u, naqa'u. Is that clear?
Yeah.
And the command will be?
It should be qa, qa'ana, no, sorry, qa, qa'a, qa'u, qa'i, qa'a, qa'na.
Ahsantum, ahsantum. Is that clear, doctor?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Now I'm going to ask next person. Where is Sister Kauthar? Bismillah, come on the mic.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Wajada, Bismillah.
Wajada, wajada, wajadu, wajadat, wajadana,
No, wajadata.
wajada. Am I reading the wrong column?
You know, that's right. Wajadat, wajadata, wajad.
Oh, yes, sorry, I missed that. Wajadata, wajadna.
Then you need to add ta, tomatum, ti, tomatunna. These are the suffixes which you need to add. Bismillah. Wajad.
Wajadu. Have I gone left, or am I have
No,
I
no, you're
got
right.
to fill in the
You're-
gaps?
Yeah, fill in the gaps. Wajatta.
Oh, wajatta, wajadtuna, tuma,
Correct.
wajadtum,
Excellent.
wajadti, wajadtuma, wajadtunna,
Correct.
wajadn, ajad,
No, wajadtu. Wajadtu.
wajadtu, wajadna.
MashaAllah. Ahsanti. Now the present tense now is going to be yajidu. Wajada, yajidu. So the wow. So as you can see after the ya, there's only two letters. So it'll be yajidu. Bismillah.
Yajadu, yajidani, yajiduna,
Excellent.
tajid,
Tajidu.
tajidu, tajidani, yajidna,
Correct.
tajidu, tajidani, tajiduna, tajidna,
No, tajiduna. Deen.
tajiduna,
Then tajidina.
tajidina, tajidani, tajiduna,
No. No, antunna is tajidna.
tajidna. Sorry, yes. Thank you.
And then
Tajidna, ajidu, najidu.
ajidu, najidu. So as we talked about how to make the amrs, we'll drop all of the tas from the beginning. The dal with a dhamma will change to a sukoon, and the amr wajada yajidu means he found, and jid means to find. So jid, bismillah.
Jid, jida, jidu, jidi, jida, jidna.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank
Jid,
you.
jida, jidu, jidi, jida, jidna. Ahsanti. Right.
Jazakallah.
You're welcome. Is this clear so far for everyone?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So there's two patterns we have learned so far. Wajada, yajidu. The middle letter, the jim has a kasra. Wa'ada, ya'idu. The waw, the middle letter ain is coming with a kasra. So fatha and a kasra. There's another pattern which they haven't taught. I'll do that later as well. Inshallah, next book. I'm going to move on now. I'm going to give this to Sister Nigat.
Ji.
Bismillah. So now we're going to move on now that the weak letter, the alif, waw, or ya, is in the middle. So qala. So qala, and from the sixth form onwards, the middle what happens is that the first letter, qala, qala, qalu, qalat, qalata, the qaf now comes with a pesh, a dhamma. Why this happens is because so it changes, the alif is dropped and the qaf takes a dhamma. So whenever a verb is on the pattern of as it says, qala yaqulu, nasara yansuru. Whenever there's a weak letter in the middle and is on the pattern of qala yaqulu, the first letter of the present tense in the sixth form will take a dhamma. Bismillah. Past and present and amr.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qala, qala, qalu, qalat, qalata, qulna. Qulta, qultuma, qultum, qulti, qultuma, qultunna. Qulna.
Qultu.
Sorry, yeah. Qultu, qulna.
And the present tense?
Present yaqulu, yaqulani, yaquluna, تقول تقولان يقولن تقول تقولان تقولون تقولين تقولان تقولن أقول نقول
Ahsanti. And the Amr?
قل قولا قولوا قولي قولا قلنا.
Excellent, excellent. And then we have, so here now, remember this point, please. Qala yaqulu, on the pattern of fa'ala yaf'ulu. So whenever the present tense comes with a dhamma from the sixth form, the first letter will change to a dhamma and the alif will be dropped. Qala yaqulu. The next one I'm going to do now, and I will give this to Sister Sabira. And then after Sister Sabira, I'll bring Sister Mukarrama. And then Sister Bilqis. Bismillah, Sister Sabira. And then Sister Parveena Qavi.
Okay.
Okay, so now, Naum itself is the root word. Naum means sleeping. Nama, he slept.
Yeah.
Now, this present tense is coming with this is on the pattern of fa'ala yaf'alu. So this is nama yanamu. So here after the noon, there's an alif now. Yeah?
Yeah.
In qala, the past tense had an alif, the present tense had a dhamma. Qala yaqulu.
Yeah.
Now, over here now, when you go to the sixth form of the verb,
Yeah.
will not take a dhamma, but take a kasra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what you need to do is that when the dictionary itself, I'll teach you how to use the dictionary. The dictionary itself will tell you that whether the present tense is going to come with a dhamma or a kasra or a fatha. If a weak verb is situated in the middle, and the dictionary says that the present tense is coming with a fatha or a kasra, this means the past tense sixth form hunna will come with a kasra.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's like the same as like the imperatives. You remember the imperatives? If the middle letter had a dhamma, the hamzat al-wasl had a dhamma. Remember that ruling?
Oh, yeah.
And if the middle letter of the present tense had a fatha or a kasra,
Yeah.
then the hamzat al-wasl will have a kasra. It's the same thing here. Yeah, it's the same thing happening here again. Bismillah. Go ahead, Nama.
So nama, nama, namu, namat, namata, numna.
Nimna.
Oh, nimna, not numna. Nimna. Okay. So is it
Nimta.
okay, nimta. Nimta, nimtuma, nimtum, nimti, nimtuma, nimtunna, nimtu, and nimna.
Nimna. And present tense?
Yanamu, yanamani,
Yanamani.
yanamun, yanamani, yanamuna,
Yep.
tanamu, tanamani, yanamna, tanamu, tanamani, tanamuna, tanamina, tanamani, tanamna, anamu, nanamu.
Excellent. And the command, Amar?
Amar is nam, nama, namu, nami, nama, namna.
Excellent. Excellent.
Can I say one thing?
Bismillah.
As it's written that this Nawama is from Bab Samia, so isn't it that before the Ainul Kalma has Kasra, that's why the sixth form starts from Kasra? Is that the rule or no?
No.
Always that, like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So
It's written on the top that is Samia. And
yeah,
Ainul, I thought maybe it's related to that.
So what happens? It's referring to the present tense. So these ones which have weak letters, their rulings are slightly different. So even like, sure what that is. So so there are some other ones. I forgot the top of it now. There's some other ones as well that is coming with the present tense is coming with a fatha as well, and there's a weak letter in the middle. And again with those, it becomes nimna itself.
All right.
So
I noticed, sir, here, Bab Samia is coming with Nasia.
yeah. So Nasiya is different. The reason with Nasiya, now, okay, good question. Let me answer this question. Because in Nawama, the middle letter is silent. Nawama, the middle letter is silent, and the first letter it should be fatha. So that's the reason why the noon remains on the fatha itself, and the kasr, the waw changes. Nawama, the waw changes into alif, and it becomes sakin, becomes nama itself. With regards to nasiya, now the ya is now the huruf al-illa is situated at the end. Because it's situated at the end, therefore the scene itself can be given the harakat or the pattern on which nasiya is coming on, which is on the pattern of fa'ila yaf'alu, sami'a yasma'u. Okay.
But they're all in the Bab Samia.
Yes. No. The different verbs come on different patterns itself. Different verbs, you need to go to the dictionary, and the dictionary will tell you from those 6 patterns, original patterns, which pattern is this verb coming on in regards to the weak verbs itself.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
But this form you have sent us, I've gone through and I saw Bab Samia, it was Nasia.
Yeah, Sami'a is for, yes, that is right. So Sami'a, Nasiya is coming on the pattern of Sami'a. And also Nama, Yanamo is coming on the pattern of Sami'a as well.
Asant.
Okay. So Sami'a is, there's 2 verbs. So in Nama, Yanamo is on the pattern of Sami'a Yasma'u, but the weak letter is situated in the middle. In Nasiya Yansa, now the weak letter is not situated in the middle, but is situated at the end.
And yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So now I'm going to move on. Now, what I'm going to do is this now. I'm going to do this one here now. Now, da'a itself, da'a. Now, da'a is original letters is dal, ain, waw. Dal, ain, waw. Like in Surah Nuh, Qala Rabbi inni da'awtu qawmi laylan wa nahara. So, see this now. I'm going to ask who I was going to ask to read this. Sister Bilqis, Bismillah. And then after Bilqis, Mukarrama, and then Sister Parveen.
Okay. So da'a, da'aw, da'a, da'ava.
No. Da'a, da'awa,
Da'ava, da'aw, da'at, da'ata, da'awna.
Exactly. See this now, sister? Da'a, da'awa, da'aw. It's not da'u. It's not da'u. So remember this. Whenever there is a weak letter in the third radical, mu'tal lam, the third form will not end with a dhamma. Da'u. Even though there's a waw there, and normally when there's a waw, the previous letter should have a dhamma, not with a fi'l, not with mu'tal lam. So with da'a.
So where's the waw of the plural, masculine plural went?
This waw is this waw here is the masculine plural waw. The other waw has been dropped.
Okay, so other waw has been dropped.
Yeah. It should have been da'a. It should have been da'a, da'awa, da'awa, da'awu, da'a.
Okay.
But wow, the letter, the waw of the verb itself has been dropped. This waw is the waw of the plural.
Okay, got it. Okay, so it's da'a, da'ava, da'aw, da'at, da'ata, da'awna.
So remember this point. Just 1 second, sister. Now, in form number 3, 4 and 5, the waw is omitted again. Da'at, da'ata, da'awna. So
the waw came back here.
Exactly. Bismillah.
Okay. Okay, so the auna, the auta, the autuma, the autum, the auti, the autuma, the autunna, the autu, the auna.
And then now normally when we did Nasara Yansuru, we pronounced the last letter with a dhamma. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Now over here it does not happen this.
Yeah, it is majzoom.
Yeah, no, not majzoom. It takes a sukoon.
It take us yes.
Yeah,
Sukoon.
don't say if you say majzoom, it will confuse you. It will confuse
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Sorry, it has sukoon.
Yeah, it's a sukoon. So yad'u. So Bismillah.
Okay, yad'u, yad'uvani, yad'una, tad'u, tad'uvani, yad'una, tad'u, tad'uvani, tad'una, tad'ina, tad'uvani, tad'una, ad'u, nad'u.
Okay, now same thing what had happened in the past tense in the plural masculine. This should have been yad'uwuna. There should have been two vowels there. There should be two vowels. So these points which I'm mentioning are these are qawaid of ilal, which I'm not going to teach you because there's no need for you because you're not studying it in a house. You just need to understand the waw has been dropped. That's enough.
Yeah, just memorize it as it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yad'uwani, yad'una, not yad'uwuna, it's yad'una.
Yad'una.
And if you see this one here, the plural masculine and the plural feminine, both of them are the same.
Yeah.
Yad'una and yad'una. Normally they're not the same.
Yeah, normally they are not. So over here, the noon is not the noon of Arab, it's the noon of the feminine. Feminine, right?
Yep.
But over up there, the noon is for whom it's the noon of the Arab.
Correct.
So we can only know by the context that what it is referring to.
Yes.
Who's the file? Okay.
Yes. So here yad'uwuna, this waw noon is for plural masculine, and here the noon here is noonun niswa.
Niswa. Okay.
Yad'una. Then continue, and then tad'una and tad'una again, same.
Same, yeah.
Now the amr of nasara yansura was
unsur.
Exactly, unsur. Now when we do the yad'u, we said unsur. The last letter had a sukoon. Unsur. Ra had a sukoon.
Yeah.
Now remember this. This is something new which you will come across now. Whenever there is a weak letter at the end of a verb, be it a waw or a ya.
Okay.
What happens? Drop it. Now this is a really important point. In amr, when you're making the command for a verb which has a weak letter at the end, dropping of the waw and dropping of the ya is the sign of it being in the state of majzoom.
Okay.
So for example, in nasara yansuru, we said tansuru and we made it unsur because fi'l mudari, the amr itself is majzoom. It should have a sukoon at the end. Now, with regards to when a weak letter, when there's a waw or a ya at the end, dropping of the waw or the ya is alamatul majzoom.
Okay.
So you can see here, it has a dhamma, as a pesh on the ayn itself.
Yeah.
So this dhamma, now look at this now. This is the technicality. Now this dhamma by itself in the command, this is indicating that the waw, the dropping, there has been a letter which has been dropped after the ayn itself. And that
okay,
and
that letter had a sukoon, right? Okay.
Sorry?
And that letter had a sukoon.
No, not that letter. That letter has been omitted.
Okay.
Yeah, that letter has been omitted. Dropping of that letter is a sign of majzoom, sukoon.
Majzoom. Okay, sahi, theek hai.
Okay. So ud'u.
Okay. Ud'u, ud'uwa, ud'u, ud'i, ud'uwa, ud'una, ud'una.
Is that clear for you?
Ji sir.
Any question from any sister or brother?
Can I just request to go through these anta, antum again for this conjugation? Was that supposed to be da'ata or da'uta for anta.
Sister, Bilqis, explain that, please.
Ji. Shall I do the conjugation again for the Madi?
Yeah, I couldn't understand when you
Okay,
said,
okay.
was it
So I'll start
da'ata
from
or
the-
da'uta? Just
Okay.
these last ones. Anta,
It's
antum,
supposed to
antum.
be, my understanding, it's supposed to be da'auta.
Da'uta. So there's waw there.
Yeah.
Which one, doctor?
In anta.
Anta da'auta.
In the past tense?
Yes.
Yes.
So remember this point, doctor, is that whatever happens in the sixth form of a verb with a weak verb, so for example, if the waw is dropped, if the ya is dropped, that continues, that consistency continues from the sixth form onwards.
Okay.
So because it's da'awna, so this will become anta da'awta.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
always the sixth form of the past tense verb is the most crucial one to know what are the remaining verbs, how they will be conjugated.
Got it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, now
Before you move on, it's such a minor little point, but in the Amar, when you say anta ud'u,
Yep.
and you go antum ud'u, I mean, to a person who doesn't have a piece of paper in front of him, it sounds the same, ud'u and ud'u. But yet you have this wow and a sukun and an alif. And so how do you distinguish whether you're talking to an anta or an antum?
so this is ud'u, ud'uwa, ud'u.
Okay, so is an emphasis, is that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
So it's slightly prolonged itself. So ud'u, ud'uwa, ud'u, ud'i, ud'uwa, ud'una.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Bill. Any question from anyone else? Anyone else?
So, sir, it is for male and female. Antuma, antuma is ud'uwa, ud'uwa.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Right. Now I'm going to move on to the next one. And who did I say is going to be next? After Sister Bilqis?
I think Sister Mukarrama, you said, sir.
I think.
Sister Mukarrama, Bismillah. Sister Mukarrama?
What was supposed to do, Sheikh? Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. I want you to now, we're moving on to the next verb now. Now, this is on the pattern of Masha Yamshi, Dharaba Yadribu. Now, this one here now, the weak letter is situated in the third place. And here, it's Mashaya Yamshi. So you'll see here now, there's a slight difference in regards to the harakat itself. So Bismillah. So read the
Bismillah.
pattern.
Yamshi, yamshiani, yamshuna. Tamshi, tamshiani, yamshina. Tamshi, tamshiani, tamshuna. Tamshina, tamshiani, tamshina. Amshi, namshi.
Amshi, Namshi.
Amshi, namshi.
No, the past tense is Mukarrama. Not the present tense. Masha, past tense.
Masha, mashaya. Mashau. Mashat, mashata. Mashina.
No, not Mashina, Mashayna.
Mashayna.
Yeah. So the other one,
Mashayta.
the other one was da'a, da'awa, da'aw, da'at, da'ata, da'awna. That ended with a waw. This one here ends with a ya now. Mashayna.
Mashayna. Mashayta. Mashaytuma. Mashaytum. Mashayti. Mashaytuma. Mashaytunna. Mashaytu. Mashayna.
Ahsanti. So remember this one here. This has a ya at the end now. Now the present tense will be Yamshi.
Yamshi. Yamshiani. Yamshuna. Tamshi. Tamshiani. Yamshi. Yamshina. Tamshi. Tamshiani. Tamshuna. Tamshina, Tamshiani, Tamshina, Amshi, Namshi.
Masha yamshi means he walked. Mash, the word mash we use for arba'in. So this is the actual word itself, verb. Masha yamshi. And now the amr of daraba yadrib was idrib. Here,
Imshi,
yeah, just dropping of the, yeah.
Imshu, Imshi, Imshia, Imshina.
Correct. So what happens here is that from tamshi, we drop the ta, bring the alif in the beginning with a kasra because the sheen has a kasra, and it becomes imshi. Now, imshi, now because the last letter now has a sukoon already, so what the Arabs have done, removing of the ya from the end of the three-letter verb is the sign of majzoom. So it became imshi. Is that clear?
Ji, bilkul.
Yeah.
Ji.
This is what happened. So it became imshi, imshia, imshu, imshi, imshia, imshina.
जी, तम्मा के बाद वाओ ड्रॉप हो जाता है और कसरा के बाद या ड्रॉप हो जाता है जज़म के लिए, दिखाने के लिए। जी
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। Okay, right, we done that. Okay, that's fine. Any questions from anyone? So this is more than enough for today. That is probably a bit overwhelming, but inshallah, I hope he was able to grasp that.
Yes, it was good actually today. Yeah.
Sister Sabira, Sister Shabnam.
I'll be honest with you, Malana. I found it hard, but I suppose I'll have to go through it again and again.
No. If you found it hard, that's fine. I will do another session. Who found it hard?
Me.
How put your hand up genuinely. How many of you find it difficult?
Yes, it's difficult.
It was difficult actually.
Everyone, put your hands up. Be genuine, because thing is that I'm more than willing to teach this. I'm concerned about yourself, that you maybe say that what is Sheikh doing? He's taken so long teaching this book. Why is he not going to move on? Okay, that's more than enough. Okay, that's fine. What I'll do is that next week I will not start book 4 next week. I will do now. Okay, what I can do? Let me just think. Fridays 9 o'clock. Can you attend that class? I know I don't want to push you with too much in one group, because it would be overwhelming in one group. If I did Friday at 9 o'clock, would that be possible or not? UK time.
Yes, inshallah.
Yes.
Yes, inshallah.
Sister Sabira? Sister Zabunasa, 9 o'clock on Friday. I know it's a bit late, but that's the time I'll be back.
Is it for this Friday or every Friday, Sheikh?
For a few Fridays. I know, because there'll be some milads as well, so that's the reason why I have to be careful which days I do. So that's the reason why I think this Friday there is
there is a milad with us in Newcastle, so
yeah,
I may not be able to attend that one.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'll try to. How if I did what days I could do? How about if I did Wednesday? Wednesday 9 o'clock.
Find it.
Yeah, that should be okay.
Wednesday 9 o'clock.
Not this one.
Or even, sorry to interrupt, Mulana, if you, on our normal Tuesday lesson, if you just for about 10 minutes spend time on it, and then we move on to whatever it is that you're going to teach, that would work as well, I think.
Okay, that's fine. So what we can do on our class on Tuesdays, what I'll do, I'll start about 15-20 minutes earlier. So it gives us that time to contemplate and work on this more. So try to do that. Try to go through this in the lesson as well. And next week I'll start a bit earlier, and I want to give some more practice of some verbs which are coming in the Quran on these week patterns, so that you become much more familiar. Is that okay?
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Sounds good.
Okay, so inshallah, because the reason why I don't want to push you too much, because it will affect your performance. So I need the performance to be stable and to be consistent itself. So I'm more than happy to do another session just to get yourself a bit more comfortable with this, because I was going to, in Zarte Ashura, you see, ma baqitu wa baqiya al-laylu wan nahar. Now, the word baqiya, yabqa, means to remain. So I want to do the conjugation of that verb, ma baqitu, how that came about. Baqiya, yabqa, to remain. So inshallah, I'll do that next week, and I'll do some other verbs which have come in the Quran as well, inshallah. Is that okay?
Inshallah.
Yes.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. Ahsantum, jazakumullah khairul jazaa. Alhamdulillah, that was fruitful.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
Jazakallah.
Bi'manillah.